Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to Qarma Broadcast with Esther Austin. Well, today I'm interviewing Sister Rosemary from the Brahma Kumaris, a wonderful woman who I met a couple of years ago. And subsequently, I've attended quite a few events at the Brahma Kumaris at Global House in Willesden. And you really should try and come along if you get the time. It's a place of peace, it's a place of total calm and tranquility. And Sister Rosemary is quite a formidable force, I would say. She's got a calmness about her, but there's a strength, and you can see that what she practices, is very much in her walk. So, good morning, Sister Rosemary.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Esther. How are you?
I am well, a little cold, but I am well.
Okay,
I am well.
good.
It's freezing outside, but I'm alive, so that's the main thing, really.
Of course.
Well, what I'd like to talk to you about today is, it's currently Christmas, it's the festive season, 2009, and I wanted to get a take from you in terms of, the purpose of the season, so that people can take whatever you say into the new year, into their lives, and hopefully look at life and how they experience life from a different perspective. And I'd like to draw from you, what is the purpose of this season, or what is the purpose generally, and how people can embody that into their lifestyle, so that they can take that into the new year, so to speak. Yeah. So what does this time of year mean to you?
Well, I think for me, the two words that strike me are peace and love.
Mm.
It's a time when families get together, and God sent Jesus down as a messenger. And during that time, when he came down, there was an awful lot of law that was around, and people were, because Abrahamic traditions brought law to life, and it needed to rebalance. And I think Jesus was sent by God to teach us a lot more about love.
Okay.
So he came down, and I think those people who follow the Christian tradition do observe that love.
Okay.
But I do think that we have gone off track.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think personally what I'm learning here at the Brahma Kumaris is to be more loving, but in a different way to the way I used to be.
You talk about love in terms of how you used to experience it before and how you experience it now. Can you sort of further elaborate on that?
Yes, indeed. I think that previously I used to love coming from a neediness. I wanted something in return. And here I'm learning pure love, which is to be able to donate love and peace without wanting anything back at all. And that is very altruistic. And it's something I have to learn. It's not something that at the moment is natural. I think we have innate qualities of love and peace within us, but it's been covered up with lots of desires and instant gratification. And I think it's time for renewal, to learn again what I was. Because I think that there's so much commercial stuff out there.
Yes, definitely.
Buying, giving, bigger presents, must do bigger. And that's not what life is all about. Not at all.
Yes.
Because the happiness and the love and the peace actually come from within. And this is what I'm learning, to answer your question.
I so agree with you, because I wrote something on my blog a couple of weeks ago in terms of, what is Christmas all about? Really, what is it all about? It's not a judgment about how other people experience it, because, I believe in different strokes for different blokes. But very much, we're bombarded with spend. And it was amazing just watching people scuttle about in a hurry, in a rush, very hectic. And sometimes I want to pull them, take them to say, do you really know why you're buying that present? Why is it so important? What is the purpose of it? And for a lot of people, I suspect they wouldn't know, because they're caught up in the rush. And it's very much like, sheep following sheep.
Yes.
And I've pulled back, and I know someone's said to me about being a bar humbug. I said, I'm not being a bar humbug. It's just very much, what I want people, what I'd like to put out there is, what is it really all about? Just maybe take a step back and observe what's going on around you, because we can so get caught up in doing something for the sake of doing it. And this comes back to my question about having that sense of purpose. What is the purpose? What is the reason? And you spoke about this sense of love where it's not about receiving, but it's about giving. And that is quite profound, because for a lot of people, even just the act of giving itself is quite a hard act, never mind not wanting to receive.
Well, as I said previously, I think we have been giving in order to receive some feeling back of people liking us. We want people to like us, so we want to give them something. But actually, and I want to mention the fact that when you meet somebody, you know whether you like them or not. And why is that? That is because they are sending out good vibrations towards you. There's a link. And the important thing is that I feel those vibrations.
Yes.
And so what I'm trying to do now is to give out those nice, peaceful, loving vibrations, but this time without wanting anything back, so that it doesn't matter if people like me or not.
That's right.
I am much more centered because of my meditation.
Yeah.
And meditation starts with thinking. And my thinking has had to change.
Yes.
And so I am now becoming much more loving and much more peaceful. But it's for myself. And, all the makeup in the world can't hide unhappiness.
I so agree.
But the happiness will shine through if I slow myself down. And as you've just said, we need to step back from this commercialism. There's nothing wrong with giving a gift. I give my children gifts, I give my family gifts. It's not a problem. But it is with loving intent, and maybe hopefully something they need or would like, but I'm not going to be too extravagant anymore. There is no need for that, because they really need my time and my love. They don't need the gifts. And so I do blame the media a little bit.
And then as soon as Christmas Day, as soon as 12 o'clock hits on Christmas Day, then it's the Boxing Day rush, spend. And that, like you said, that's a detraction for a lot of people to really focus on within. And then that goes on to my next question, which you've answered, because the next question was very much about how do you maintain a sense of self and purpose amidst this rush? And you've mentioned about it's through your meditation. I very much believe, and this is personally, everybody does things differently, but for me, meditation is an important part of my daily routine. It has to be part of my daily routine. And even if I don't take the time out in the morning to create that space, then as I'm in between times and journey, then I do take time to just shut down in that space, whether I'm on the bus or the train, and find that sense of peace and that sense of balance within.